I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. The Huron River Day is so much more than a waterway that runs through our county. It provides clean, safe drinking water for the people of our area. It gives sustenance and life to animals and insects, and is also the place to recreate and enjoy some fun in the sun during the warm months of the year. Joining me is Allie Schneider, Development and Events Coordinator for the Huron River Watershed Council, here to tell us about the 2025 Huron River Day. Welcome to the show, Allie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Can you tell me, obviously you work for the Huron River Watershed Council. Why is it important to celebrate the Huron River every year? It's been 45 years that we've been doing this celebration. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. The Huron River is such a valuable resource for people of our local area and all over our watershed that we really love to come together and celebrate it and bring out kids and families and people who might not normally get to the river very often. Huron River Day allows a unique experience just to gather everybody and celebrate this great resource.
Yeah, it's interesting that we live so close to the river and it really is easy to get on there and enjoy it. But some of us, like myself, I didn't get on the river. I lived here for probably 13 years before I got on the river. But I'm not like a boat person or anything, but I did one of those camps with my daughter. And we got to
Mhm.
try all the different boats, the kayaks and the canoe and like the paddle boats and stuff. And it was actually a lot of fun. And I don't know if I would have done it without something like that, like a camp or something to get me started.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people have stories like yours where they just haven't really thought about going out and renting a boat to the river. So we do offer some discounted boat rentals if you bike to Huron River Day. So it's a great way to get out on the water and get a little discount.
Yeah, I mean that's also cool. So you're like, let me try it out. And the other thing is you never know what kind of boat you like. Everyone
Yeah.
kayaks. And when I did that river camp, I hated the kayak the most because you get soaking wet in it. Like that, I was like, I'll take a canoe. I'll be above it, not in it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Why don't you tell us why it's so important to continue these conversations? Because part of this Huron River Day is to talk about why the river is so important to us, what it means to us as a community, and protecting waterways all over the world, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So this conversation needs to continue because, the Huron River needs to be protected into the future. And in order to help do that, we need to help get new generation of river stewards. So we're talking kids, we're talking people who might not have heard these conversations before. So to have these every year allows us to bring new people in, new people who are going to protect the river, new people who are going to value the river. And it really allows us to build that baseline of support that we need to be able to do our job as the Huron River Watershed Council, but also just for citizens to get involved and really take ownership in some resources that are in their backyards.
Yeah, when you think about, I don't know when you grew up, but when I grew up, there was like a lot of like litter and stuff, and people never really
Mhm.
talked about it. Like there'd be litter everywhere. And nowadays, like I have my own kids, and I'm like, this is disgusting. Like people, if I see someone litter, it makes me sick, and I like tell the kids about it, or if I see it around. And it's like the same thing because people were littering the Huron River at one point. It was like sort of like not treated well. But having these conversations literally changes the way the next generation thinks fully.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really valid point. Our conversations have really changed, especially in the last 20, 30 years about how we're treating our natural resources. It's moved beyond just drinking water, which is a huge importance of the river, but it's a habitat for endangered species. It is a recreation tool for people who fish or kayak or just like to sit by the river. It's a mental health tool for people who want to go down and just take a moment of silence and really just engage with the nature around them. So the conversations have changed, and we've seen a lot of community support change as well, which has been really exciting to be part of.
Did you grow up around here near the Huron River?
I did. I grew up in Saline, Michigan. So we were technically the River Raisin watershed, but we spent a lot of time in Ann Arbor. Similar to you, though, I didn't think I got on the river until I was a U of M student and started tubing on the river. So it's a newer experience for myself as well. Though I own a kayak now and I'm fully engaged.
Yeah, so you're out there, you're really enjoying it. Yeah.
hmm
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what makes this year special or every year? I mean, really, it's so nice to have an event like this where you do get to sort of learn more about the river. It's not, I mean, obviously you can get on your boats and you can enjoy the recreation part of it, but there are other aspects of the Huron River Day that really teach you about the river.
Yeah, absolutely. So Huron River Day, you mentioned it's in its 45th year, so it is a beloved festival. It is a huge effort. It's a collaborative effort across City of Ann Arbor departments, multiple departments within the city, the Huron River Watershed Council, Legacy Land Conservancy, um, and thanks to our sponsors, the DTE Energy, or excuse me, DTE Foundation and the Bank of Ann Arbor, we're making this 45th year just really, really awesome. We have Laith Al-Saadi scheduled to play. He's a local favorite, and he's going to be our musical act. So we're expecting this year to be huge, and just really a lot of fun.
Wow, that's awesome to have him. We all know him from The Voice. That was a few years ago
Yeah.
now, but I don't think any of us ever forgot how amazing he is. He's such a great performer. What a catch for the Huron
Yes.
River.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then in addition to Laith, we have almost 2 dozen local organizations that'll be out exhibiting with all of their information about the great work that they do as an organization. There'll be kids' activities, opportunities to learn about the river, about the importance of the connection of water, and also how to just get involved in the community. So there'll be lots of groups out there. If boating is not your thing, we have some fishing demos. You can try your hand fishing. All of the equipment will be supplied. Like I said, there's a bike corral, so you can bike and get some exercise to come out. So there'll be lots of activities, kind of no matter what you're interested in. If you're a foodie, we have some great food trucks lined up to come. So should be really great.
Do you know the food trucks offhand?
Yes, all of them, maybe not.
Just a few highlights.
Petey's Donuts, Simply Spanish.
What time is it? What time of day is it at?
Yeah, absolutely. So it goes from noon to 4 on
Oh, it
Sunday
is
and the
right in
8th.
that lunchtime, so you could ride your bike there, have
Hmm.
a nice lunch out up by the Huron River. It sounds lovely.
Yes, grab some lunch. Lathe starts at 1:30, I believe. All the information about the agenda is on our website, but so you can grab some lunch, come and enjoy a free concert. The event is free, so it should be a really nice afternoon.
And what date is that? It's Sunday?
Yes, Sunday, May 18th.
Hmm. So Sunday, May 18th, you got 12 to 4. You could come for lunch. You can hang out in the afternoon, get out,
Hmm.
ride your bikes, all that stuff. Why don't you give us some of the, you got what? The dirt doctors coming back, maybe some animals from Leslie Science.
Yeah, so we have Dirt Doctors. They've been a crowd favorite for many, many years. Leslie Science and Nature Center will be there. I think they're bringing a few animals. We have a group out of Detroit that's going to be doing some macroinvertebrate bug. So you can get in there and get in through all the leaves and all the grit that you find at the bottom of a river and see what lives there and how important some of those microorganisms are to our river. There will be a fishing demo. There will be a stream table so you can get a real life kind of example about how watersheds and streams and all of that works. And so, yeah.
Oh, it sounds so fun. Why don't you tell me about some of you got nonprofits there too?
Yeah, the exhibitor list is huge and growing every day. We have the Ecology Center is going to be there, Huron River Watershed Council, the Detroit Riverfront International Wildlife Refuge. That's going to bring who's bringing the bugs with them. There'll be multiple city departments there. The Ann Arbor District Library will be there. The Border to Border Trail with the Huron Waterloo Pathways Initiative, Mathi Botanical Gardens. There'll be some geocaching going on. Washtenaw County Parks, the Metro Parks will be there with their mobile learning bus. So lots of great organizations.
Wow, yeah, it's really cool to think about like, you might not know some of these organizations well, and you could go to the Huron River Day, have a good time, but also like learn some other things that you might want to get involved with, or even just like places to visit, like Mathi and things like that.
Have my list of food trucks too. It's going to be Hello Ice Cream, Hummus Falafel, Petey's Donuts, Simply Spanish, and Tacos El Panda. So lots of different options. There's be some hot treats, some sweet treats, and all of
Oh,
it.
it's always good to have that variety. And people love food
Hmm.
trucks. I mean, when I go to
Hmm.
these events, I'm like, the food truck lines are so long. But I mean, it's obviously because they're fun and good food.
Yeah.
I also noticed that on the website, you guys have been doing this where you have, well, on the city's website at least, where there's like River Day merch that you can buy. And does that go into supporting the river in some way? Do you know?
It goes back into supporting the festival. Like I said, it's a lot of work to put this festival on.
Yeah.
So the city of Ann Arbor puts forth a lot of effort. So it kind of helps offset some of that.
Yeah, the merch is cute too. I
It
mean,
is.
there's like bags, totes and stuff and like
Hmm.
shirts. And I think like stuff like that, like people really notice when you have something like that that's like real
Yeah.
specific and like homegrown. So I think
Hmm.
that's something that would be a nice way to support the festival that means so much to so many people. And
Hmm.
I mean, to keep it thriving, 45 years. Wow. That is so long. And I don't know if other communities really celebrate their waterways in such a special way.
Yeah, I back to the merch. The merch says here on River Day every day, which I just think is such a great tagline. And it really does reflect the whole idea that we've celebrated this for 45 years. It is the Huron River Day every day. Um, and we're looking forward to it. I'm not familiar with another org that does it for as many years as us, but we'll take it.
You know, you mentioned supporting the river every day. Can you talk about ways that we can do that when we're visiting the river and just be, river stewards?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are organized cleanups that you can get involved in, or you can always reach out to the Huron River Watershed Council if you want to lead a cleanup of your own. We're great at recommending spots that might need some extra special attention. But if you're just out on a river on a beautiful Saturday, our biggest thing is leave no trace. So leave the river how you found it, clean up all of your litter, clean up all of your trash. Don't take things with you from the river. Um, so, leave it how you found it for everybody to be able to enjoy. It's a great one. Um, the cleanups are good. And then just kind of promoting it, getting people excited about it, getting people, that networking that happens and gets people excited about some of these resources is really influential and helps those people then want to get involved and volunteer at a lot of these organizations that will be there. And, that has a ripple effect that you can't even quantify.
Yeah, and we were talking about, the younger generation. When you do this and you talk about this stuff with them, it's like they don't even have to think about it. It's just part
Hmm.
of who they are as a being. And I think that's really cool. Like I was thinking one of the things you could do is maybe, obviously don't bring stuff that you have to throw away at all. Bring Tupperware, bring reusable bottles,
Hmm.
and like that sort of stuff that we do talk about with our younger kids, where like when I was younger, it was like you were just wasteful and you wasted things and you used bags and like things that threw away. But like now
Yeah.
when you think about it, like let's protect all of our waterways and not use those things that we're throwing away, those one-time plastics and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. That the younger generations, I have a 4-year old and she already is reminding me to compost everything that I possibly can. And that's just something I never even thought about. So just knowing that they're getting this education from the beginning and that they're really embracing it is really fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's so interesting also to think about like when I was little, we had a garbage can. We didn't have a recycling.
Hmm.
I mean, my where I grew up, they literally just started recycling maybe in the last 10 years and
Yeah.
everyone required in the last 2 to 3. So like
Hmm.
yeah, that we have all these different garbage cans and we're like doing stuff in a totally different way and they're never gonna see it any other way or it'll just be better as they go.
Hmm.
That's also a really enlightening thing about talking about all these things with younger people because older people can be stuck in their ways sometimes. You can sway an older person, but a younger
Sure.
person doesn't know the wrong way.
Sure. And who better to sway other generations than adorable, little
Oh my
kids
gosh, yeah.
reminding grandma and grandpa. I know mine does to my mom, so
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm the nag at my house to my parents. I'm like, that doesn't go in the recycle bin, but I'm
yeah.
like, one day it'll be someone cute saying it. Why should people come out to the Huron River Day?
Well, first off, it is a free festival, so it is a great way to get outside, enjoy some time with your family, with your friends. Again, free, which is always my favorite part. And it's a good way to just kind of kick off the summer season, enjoy a nice concert, get some good food, celebrate this beautiful resource we have, connect with your community. Um, it's going to be beautiful.
Thank you, Allie, for coming on the show, talking about the Huron River Day. I hope everyone comes out, and obviously, this is a great opportunity to enjoy one of our best local musicians that still lives here in Ann Arbor and for free. How
Hmm.
exciting! But also, just years ago, the Huron River Day used to be like in July, but I actually really like it in May. I think it's a good start to get, like, it's a good time of year to start to get on the river and think about the river because everything's beautiful and in bloom now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's um, they moved it to May before I was involved in the committee. I know weather had a lot to do with it. So it is nice. It's not quite as hot in May, so you can get out there and not be quite so sticky and just, yeah, launch your summer season and get ready to spend some time outdoors.
All right. Well, for more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that we have to offer. And remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification. Thanks for watching and tune in next time to FYI.